Hi everyone, and welcome to a review of how to use the quadratic formula to find the number and type of solutions to a quadratic. So basically, we're going to determine whether a quadratic has two real solutions, two non-real solutions, or just one real solution. Now, you may not recall what a discriminant is. It is the value inside the square root. And this value right here is what really determines how many solutions you have. So it's b squared minus 4ac is the discriminant. If this value turns into a negative, that means you have the square root of a negative number, which means you're going to have non-real answers. So negative produces non-real answers. If it turns into a positive number like 16, you'll have a number plus or minus the square root of 16, which you can actually calculate that. So you're going to have two real solutions. And if this is 0, then what's going to happen is you're going to have a number plus or minus 0. And when you add 0, you get the same thing as when you subtract 0. So it's only going to produce one real solution. So let me show you how this works. So to calculate the discriminant, the first thing I need to do is get everything in my equation to one side. So I have x squared minus 6x plus 7 equals 0. Now I identify a, b, and c. So a is 1. It's the number right next to the x squared. And if there is no number, it's automatically 1. b is negative 6. And c is 7. So b squared is what I need first. So negative 6 squared is 36 minus 4 times 1 times 7. Now this is 36 minus 28, which comes out to a positive 8. Now you don't actually need to do the calculation. It's really just important to know if you're going to get a positive, a negative, or a 0. So I could just say 36 minus 28, oh, that's going to be positive. So my answer is two real solutions. Now notice we don't care what those solutions are, we just care that they're real. And there are two of them. So let's do it again. Again, I'm going to get everything to the same side. Okay, now I'll identify A, which is 1, B, which is negative 6, and c, which is 9, and I'll put them into my formula. b squared is positive 36 minus 4 times 1 times 9. This is 36 minus 36, which is 0, so there is one real solution. Okay. Now for my last example, again, I'd get everything to one side. A is 1, again, because there's no number there. B is negative 6, and C is 11. Okay, and now I have B squared, so 36 minus 4 times 1 times 11. So that's 36 minus 44. And again, it's not really important to know that that comes out to negative 8. What's important to know is that it does come out to a negative because it's 36 minus a larger number. So there are two non-real solutions. Now, one side note. Earlier I said, notice there's no number here, so it's a 1. That's true with x squared, and that's true with x. But let's say I added this 11 to this side, and it ended up canceling out a number that was already there. So if I had x squared minus 6x plus 11 equals negative 11, or sorry, minus 11 equals negative 11. Okay, if I add this 11, I get x squared minus 6x plus 0 equals 0. And the C number will end up being 0. So you just want to be careful about that. If there is no C number, or if it turns into a 0, C is going to be 0. It's when you don't have a number written here or here that you're going to put a 1 there, because those variables are still there and their coefficient would be a 1. Okay, so that's just a word of advice when you're using your quadratic formula. So I hope this was helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.